Today, we're taking a look at those days where nobody expected it to be, well, worth anybody's time. Yet, somehow, despite all the odds, the atmosphere overperformed and did amazing things. That's what we're talking about today on the channel. Hope to see you on the other side of this. Hey everybody, it's Rach. Today on Tornado Titans, we're talking about those days that, well, we call them boom or bust in storm chasing, but in reality they're called, I'm gonna take a giant risk today and I have no idea if it's gonna work out. I might be wasting my time. I don't know. But first, a disclaimer. Hey, these are the exceptions. They're not the rule. This is not how a lot of these days turn out. In fact, I would say that most of these days, if you chase them 5, 6, 7, 8 times a year, it's only gonna work out maybe once. So just so you know, in terms of chase strategy, these were risk. These were leaps of faith. These are things that I've done many times and it didn't work out. So let's go back over here so I can get into the chase days. Okay, so now that you know that there is declining ROI, this is not a good thing to like live off of. If you do these a lot, you're gonna really waste a lot of time, quite honestly. Experience brings this stuff to you. You learn about the days that work out. And so let's go linearly. Let's go like through time. And today, our very first day, we're gonna talk about a day where nobody really expected this. Definitely not. It was early March. Temperatures were just marginal, but there was a system with really cold mid-level temperatures come over. We call this cold core. This is what I call the cold core dream. Now, I started chasing on this day with the expectation that if I could see a severe storm to start the season, that would be amazing. Got some ridicule from fellow Titans because I was taking a risk on this day. People thought I was a little I was a little out there because I said, hey, there could be a tornado today. I was incredibly optimistic, admittedly, but this day really didn't turn out the way I expected because I was thinking if I could get a severe storm, that's really what I was thinking. This would be amazing. First side of a storm, beautiful tilted updraft. This thing just looked like, wow, okay. And then there was another cell to the south that I basically went and got underneath right by Elk City and base was spinning. Wow. I was not expecting that. Yeah, there was a lot of rotation in this base. And as I repositioned, because this was like, okay, well, I need to stay on this one, I look back and there's a funnel almost all the way to the ground. Listen, I didn't expect that. There's a tornado today. What's happening? This year is starting out like this? Wow. And so as we chase this tornado, I kept thinking, okay, any second now, this is gonna dissipate and this is gonna be an amazing day for storm chasing. And it just kept going. And it just kept going. I was driving through country roads for 20, 30 minutes and this tornado is still on the ground. What's happening? A long track tornado today? What's that about? So this really hit me though. There was a moment where I realized, oh no, this thing's been going through open country. This has been a lot of fun, but now suddenly it's coming toward a little town. This little community called Hammond, Oklahoma was right in the crosshairs of this thing. And as we approached town from the south, it became obvious this tornado was not gonna lift.
Watch the power lines. active tornado continues.
And it's clear this storm's gonna give it one more shot. And it did. It produced one last little tornado near Butler, Oklahoma. Very little, very weak. But in terms of the day, this day could not have been any better executed in terms of chasing. Could not have gotten any luckier in terms of storm chasing, because this is a day that you forecast it 100 times, you're wrong 99 of them. But this one time, not only did we get a tornado, we got a photogenic long track tornado. Wow. This next day we're going, once again, deep into the archives, because this one is from 2011. This is what I call the dry line explosion day. This was boom or bust. Every model was dry this morning. Every model was dry. And I say this, back then, not as reliable, but the Ruck model had like this little dot, like saying there could be a storm today. And if you've been around long enough, you know about the Ruck model. It was gung-ho about every setup. There was gonna be storms, supercells, tornadoes, every setup. Think about like how we see the FB3, but times it by 10. But that's what we hung our hope on. We said, hey, this is gonna happen today because everything's here. 70 dew points, backed winds, great wind shear. All you need is a storm. And we went for it. A lot of storm chasers set this day out. They really did. This did not look like a day storms were gonna go, but we took the risk.
Come down full swell. That looks good though. So yeah. In fact, I think that's actually, this is in front. That's the other tower in the back.
Ow! Damn.
Where'd that hit you at?
And as the afternoon wore on, we were setting east of the dry line, and I was like, this is stupid, why are we here? And then all of a sudden though, it just like on a dime flipped. I'm pretty sure there was like an upper level storm system, like a little wave that came through that just took everything. I don't know what that was, but took everything vertical. And this day turned into just the absolute dream dry line storm chase. As we approach the first storm from the east, big supercell, LP, amazing sculpted updraft. This was already a big time day, okay? And then just watching this rotating base over Davis, like just south and west of Davis, needle tornado comes right on down.
Funnel. That's a tornado. That's a needle tornado right there. On the ground right now. I'm reporting that. That's a tornado on the ground.
Already this day is like a success. When you're talking about these boom or bust days, when you get something like this already, wow. But as this storm kept moving east, it once again produced another tornado, just a dust whirl, but very actually strong at times underneath it, just outside of Sulphur, Oklahoma. This Davis Sulphur area, I've seen so many tornadoes here over the years. It's probably the Arbuckles, I don't know. There's probably some terrain thing going on here because I've seen a lot of tornadoes. But what happened is as we kept going, this storm just went on another level.
Stay in.
Oh, it's right there.
Yeah.
See, it's coming south. Good deal. About a mile and a half. Strong RFD right here. Slow it down. Right here. Yeah. Oh, wow.
You got that?
Yeah.
Good job, dude. Am I out of your way sufficiently?
Yeah. You want to go out there and you want to go get closer to it, swing back up in a second?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be big.
This is our 5th tornado of the day. This thing's going absolutely insane right now. What are all these people doing out here?
And then we thought we were done. We thought this day was done. We thought it was over, and we were watching it towards sunset, and there was this amazing, like, suddenly out of the blue funnel at sunset. Look at that. That's really cool, right? That's really cool. And so this day was like turning in a way I did not expect. And okay, so now we're done, right? Today's done, nothing else to see. Well, no, that's when we pulled a radar scope. Now, approaching this storm from the east and south, the structure's out of this world. This is some of the best structure we'll see that year. It was just outrageous. Incredible storm structure. And as we got closer, hey, this thing's producing a tornado, or it's very close, and it's now producing a tornado. And we rolled up, got everything out, and we watched this tornado just spin out west of Ada, Oklahoma with that storm structure. Just absolutely phenomenal.
Large tornado.
Brandon, drag it.
Go at it. Get your man, go at it. You want to
Large tornado! Take video of that!
And then to cap it off, we thought then after that tornado lifted, okay, now we're done. Well, there was just one more little tornado to go. Lots of tornadoes on this day. This is the day I always talk about. When I say the dry line can be magic, this is what I'm talking about. This is the day that I think about when I'm thinking about magical dry line storm chases. So when we talk about the dry line being magic, this is the day I point to. I tell people this is the day. And I still can't believe it to this day that we saw all this with the expectations we had. This is the definition of dry line magic. This was a really cool day. So hey, those two chases from the archives, they're deep cuts, I promise you. They're days that a lot of people probably haven't seen if you're newer to the channel, but those 2 days were really cool historical storm chase days. And that, like I said, this isn't the norm. When you take a big leap of faith, it doesn't always work out. We actually have a lot better data than we did back then, so these would not be seen as big of risk. With that said, remember, weather's for everybody. That includes you. These days are really cool to see unfold. They're full of meteorological mystery, and that's what we look at on this channel. If you like that stuff, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Stick around, and we'll see you next time.